Cunning, cool, calculating, analytical, and yes, even a bit cold. Today we're going to talk about the Suit of Swords on Tarot Tuesday with Leo Brown. All right, everybody, let's go into the Suit of Swords. Let's talk about it. Okay, the Suit of Swords. Now, in tarot, you have suits because tarot was based on a card game. So you have swords, wands, pentacles, and cups. Or in some decks, you have disc because you'll and also in some decks, the wands and swords are actually reversed. Now, in my deck, in the deck that I'm going to use as my example in this is the Mythic Tarot deck. This one. This deck is awesome. I actually got this as a birthday gift from my two fabulous brothers. So, this deck is awesome. And in this deck, it represents the elements of air. Because each suit has an element. So, the suit of wands is fire, the suit of swords is air, the suit of cups is water, and the suit of pentacles is earth. So in this, it represents air. And air is all about communication, travel, new thought and ideas, and intellect. I had to think about that for a minute. So the first three cards that we're going to deal with, we're going to deal with the Ace, the King, and the Queen of Swords. So the first card we're going to deal with is the Ace. The Ace of Swords. Now, the Ace of Swords indicates new thought, new thinking. You know how, as they say, you get older, your thinking starts to change? You start to look at things differently. That's what the Ace of Swords is all about. So if you ever get this in a reading, it pretty much means that your thinking is changing. Now, if you get this in reverse, it could mean that your thinking is changing, but it's changing very slow. It could mean that you are being very stubborn, and you want the new thinking to come in, the new ideas to come through, but your old ways are fighting you. So it's kind of an intellectual, it's like a mind fight. Now, that leads me into our first real life situation clip to kind of break this all down. Now, this clip comes with, features Miss Diahann Carroll, and I think his name is Richard Hooks, and it's from a movie called Sister Sister, and it's about the character that Diahann Carroll plays is this very kind of staunch Christian, very moral kind of woman. But the kick of it is that she's having an affair with the pastor slash elected senator or state elect or something like that. Because I think he's like running for political office. And in this clip that I'm about to show, they get into this big fight because he wants her to mortgage her house. She's like, no, let's do it the old-fashioned way. Let's go out and just, ask for donations and we'll be fine. He's like, no, if we mortgage the house, it'll be easier. So it shows you how, even though he has this new idea, the old way is threatened by that and conflict ensues. So here's our first real-life situation clip featuring the card of the Ace of Swords. Take a look.
What are we going to do now?
Carolyn, are we together, you and me?
Of course we're together.
Good. You know you hold the key to our release in your hands. I'm surprised you haven't thought about it. You thought about it.
No, what are you talking about? My house?
Yeah, we could get a loan and use it as collateral.
Take a loan on my house?
Yeah.
But Richard, my house is all I have. My papa left that to my sisters and me. That's our legacy. I'd be nothing without my house. You know
All
that.
right,
Nothing.
Calm down. Look, when I'm installed in office, I'll pay off the loan.
No. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that.
Okay.
You want me to sell my house to prove that I love you? What kind of love is that, Richard? And what kind of man are you to ask me to make such a sacrifice?
You could say I'm a lot like your father.
Don't you insult me, Richard.
Because I want to make a contribution to this town and my people in this town, and I'm asking you to help me.
But I've done everything I know how to do.
You heard my campaign speeches. Did you think I was lying, fooling the people?
Well, if you expect me to sell my house, you were. I mean, Richard, you could tell me that the sun rises in the west, and I believe you, but God, I am not going to mortgage my home.
Carolyn, set our affair, our romance, aside for a minute. Forget that I love you, and I want you to be my wife, and think of our people. Think of our people. We need leaders today, men both with political and religious backgrounds.
Richard, stop it! Stop it! What are you saying to me? I have never disobeyed my father. I don't intend to start doing it now.
Then what have you been doing with me? Did he come to you in a dream and said, have an affair with me?
Don't insult me. I don't think you should...
I don't give a damn what you think! In the 60s, I walked in every march and sat in every jail from here to Tennessee. I got so good at it, I could tell what state I was in by the sound of the cops and billy clubs banging on my head. And now I have a chance, a legal chance to affect the injustices and discrimination in this country. And you're too much in love with a few sticks of wood and a piece of land to help me.
But those sticks of wood are my home.
Yeah, that's right. You let other people make the sacrifices. You just rake in the benefits. You know, in the 60s, we were out there...
In the 60s, I was here. I was right here, sleeping on the floor next to my crippled father's bed, raising my baby sister, educating those children that you were parading up and down in front of the Ku Klux Klan.
You know, behind that intellectual pose, you're as phony as any typical conservative black bushie. You don't want change, you want exchange. All right? I'll tell the board how I use the money, and I'll ask for time. So
don't forget that my name is on that withdrawal slip, too.
I'll tell them I tricked you into signing. Don't worry, Carolyn. When this is over, your reputation will be as it has always been. Snow White. Carolyn. Carolyn.
Okay, and we're back. Now, we're going to deal with now the King of Swords. King of Swords is all about leadership, intellectual leadership, sharp thinking. But it also is about someone who is very, very analytical, meticulous, and aloof. Very set in their ways. They know what they want. They know what they want to do. And they're very unwavering. They're not going to waver too much. Now, if you get the King of Swords in a reading, okay, if you ever get a reading done and you get the King of Swords in an upright position, it just means that you know what you want. Your mind is set. You know how to get what you want, and more importantly, you know what to say to get what you want as well. Now, if you ever get this in reverse, it means, of course, the opposite, where you're not using your intellect enough to get yourself where you want to be. Where you're being more of a follower than a leader, where you're not using your voice, you're not speaking up enough, and you're being very immature. Instead of you talking things through, you're being argumentative, you're being stubborn, you're throwing tantrums, things like that. Now, that leads us into our next real life situation clip. This comes from a movie called A Woman Scorned. It was a Betty Broderick story. This was based on real events, and it was with Stephen Collins and Meredith Baxter, one of my favorite TV movie actresses. Anyway, in the movie, Stephen Collins portrays Dan Broderick, very much a lawyer, very much this charismatic, intellectual person that just knew what he needed to do to get what he wanted. So that's what our next real life situation clip is about. Okay? The King of Swords. Take a look.
What'd I miss?
4-3, last 5 seconds, winning goal scored by Thomas Broderick!
Yes!
What?
$3.6 million in damages. Losing butt kicked by Thomas Broderick's old man.
3.6? We get a quarter of that? Oh my God, Ken. Oh my God. Oh my God.
We made it, Bats. We finally made it.
And we're back. Now, we're going to deal with the queen. Because, of course, you can't have a king without a queen. You got to have somebody on the throne. Now, the Queen of Swords indicates, in this case, an aloofness from, whereas the King of Swords indicated an aloofness from a man. And let me actually go back on that a little bit. The King of Swords can also represent not only a male, but a male figure in your life. It can represent your boyfriend. It can represent your brother. It can represent your father. It can represent a husband. But it also can represent qualities either in yourself or in these ideal people that you would like to see or that you're seeing play out in front of you. So, moving on to the Queen. Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords represents a woman. It's not always a woman, but it's represented by a woman. A person who is very aloof, very much unwavering in her faith, very much kind of biting. It has kind of a sarcastic wit or dryness about them, but they don't mean to be, they're not being mean, it's just who they are. And it represents a woman who very much analyzes herself. She's very analytical about herself and what she wants to do and where she wants to go and who she is. Now, if you ever get this in reverse, it can mean the opposite. It can mean that you're not analyzing your life enough. It could mean that you're allowing your aloofness to make you kind of cold and guarded. That you're always calculating. You're not trusting yourself. And really deep down, that even though you claim to have an unwavering faith, your faith does wane and waver a little bit. Now, that leads us to our next real-life situation clip. Our next clip is brought to us by the soap opera Dynasty. In this clip, we're going to meet Dominique Devereaux, played by Diahann Carroll, where she meets Alexis Colby, played by, of course, Joan Collins. And as you can see the dryness, you can see the wit that they exchange with each other. And also you can see in Diahann Carroll's character her aloofness, because she doesn't tell you exactly who she is or what she wants. But you have to find it out as you watch the series. So let's go into our next real-life situation clip with Dynasty, featuring Diahann Carroll and Joan Collins as the Queen of Swords. Take a look.
Ah, Miss Devereaux. Please, come in.
It's very nice to meet you, Mrs. Colby. I do appreciate your inviting me here for a drink.
You weren't invited. I sent for you. And this isn't a social drink.
Oh, well, what is it then?
A chance for me to find out why, since I've never met you, I don't like you.
Well, so much for frankness.
Oh, I'm always frank.
Yes, I know. Exactly what is there about me you don't like, Mrs. Colby?
Oh, please, sit down.
Thank you.
I don't like people asking questions about me behind my back. A good journalist goes straight to the source.
Oh. Would you say these clothes and jewels are those of your everyday journalist?
Well, anything can be rented these days.
Yes, except intelligence. And I am a very bright woman, Mrs. Colby. Of course, you couldn't know that. We have known each other long enough for you to realize that. But you will, given time.
What do you want, Miss Devereaux?
For now, not much, really. Merely to check out in the flesh what I've heard so much about.
What have you heard?
That Alexis Carrington Colby is one of the planet's true natural beauties. I'll buy that now. That she lives in a showplace penthouse. It is exquisite.
Thank you.
You adore the south of France, even though you are prone to seasickness on yachts.
Only small yachts. Anything else?
You were actually expelled from a boarding school in Gstaad. And you worked for several months as an artist model in Hamburg, of all places.
Wrong. It was Brussels, of all places. And this is all absolute trivia.
All right. On a deeper level, you are extremely vulnerable when it comes to your children and totally ruthless when it comes to your enemies. And there are quite a few of those hanging about. It's burned.
Is it?
The champagne was obviously frozen in the bottle at some point.
If the champagne is too burned for your taste, Miss Devereaux, don't drink it. The caviar, I trust, is not burned.
I really wouldn't know. This is Osotrova, and I prefer Petrosian Beluga.
Look, Miss Devereaux, whatever it is that you're doing in Denver, I suggest that you tread very carefully with me.
Let me ask you, Mrs. Colby, is that supposed to be an implied threat of some sort? Because if it is, I am just as tough as you. Maybe tougher.
Who the hell are you, anyway?
Who am I? You will find out very soon. Very soon. You said this wasn't going to be a social evening, so whatever it was, I enjoyed myself thoroughly. Thank you, Mrs. Colby. Ciao. For now.
Okay, and we're back. Now that we've done the queen, the king, and the ace of swords, so you have the beginning, you have the king, the leader, and you have the queen, also the leader, when it comes to all aspects of the mind. Now we're going to deal with the last two, and that will be the page and the knight of swords. Now, page is all about curiosity, innocence, childlike thinking, fun, just having a good time, just relaxing, laughter, things like that. Not really wanting to, not being so, I guess, stuffy or set in their ways, because that comes later. That's where the king and queen come in at. But in this case, the page is all about fun and just having a good time and just really just chilling out, just relaxing. Now, that's what happens that's what appears if you get the page in an upright position. So, as you can see, just by looking at the picture, I'm going to bring it in a little bit. There we go. Just by looking at the picture, on the picture, the page is having fun. The page is kind of blowing away negativity because they don't want to be a part of that. They want to just relax and talk, but not be, mean about it, not be cunning, not be calculating about it. Now, if you get the page in reverse, it could mean the opposite. It could mean that instead of you wanting to have fun, you want to have fun, but you want to throw shade. Okay, or you want to be gossipy, or you become the victim of gossip. So in this case, if you get the page in reverse, it could mean the whole adage of you don't say what you don't want repeated, and you have to watch not only what you say but how you say it. Okay, but mainly the page is all about innocence, fun, childlike curiosity. So that leads me into our real life situation clip, brought to us by Just Another Girl from the IRT. Movie based in 1992. It was a very independent film, directed by Leslie Harris, I believe. Awesome film. Love this movie. And in this clip that I'm about to show, it shows the three girls are just having fun. They're wilding out. They're just doing their thing. So it kind of shows the page what it would be like in a real life situation. So this is the Page of Swords in our real life situation clip. Take a look.
Check this out. Check this out. Yo, isn't this bad?
Yo, that is bad. Yo, I got one too.
Yo,
What?
y'all need to stop. Y'all already got the same shoes and blouse.
Yo, Natasha, stop biting off me, all right? Man, please, I'm mad at you anyway. I don't know why you gotta graduate early. You make me
Word.
sick, traitor.
Y'all can come visit me at college, all right?
Yeah,
Yo,
right.
don't worry about it. I'll hook y'all up. Yo, all the campus parties, all them fine fellas. Don't worry
I know, but it's
about
just
it.
not gonna be the same without you.
Miss Woman, you have to get over this.
Yo, anyway, I invite these guys to the party. We're gonna have a good time. Word.
Veronica, guess who's taking Chantel to the party?
Yo, you holding out on me who?
To Rod.
Yo, the Rod from my American History class?
Yeah.
You got a big mouth. And nothing. Yo, anyway, he's alright. I like him. He live in that building next to you.
That taggy building.
Yeah, you alright. Don't be talking about the
Oh, yo, I just hope there be some real men at this party because I've been taking my sister's birth control pills just in case.
Yo,
Nikita, what did I tell you about that? Yo, you're supposed to have your own prescription for that watch. You're gonna get sick.
No, I'm not gonna get sick because I'm gonna be ready for Saturday night.
What are you crazy? Yo, just have them wear rubber. What's so hard about that?
You know most guys don't like using them things. I don't even like the way it feels.
Yo, I don't know what A's going around.
Oh, boy.
Yo, listen, I read that this woman, she met up with this guy in a club, you know what I'm saying? And then found out that he had AIDS and died. And now she's
Yeah,
gonna
but none of our friends use rubbers, and nobody likes the way it feels.
Yo, don't you care if you die?
Look, I'm gonna die sooner or later, and before I die, I want to know what it's like to feel a real man up inside of me, not some old piece of plastic shit. Besides, the only way you can get it is if you gay or intravenous drug user. So chill, cause I ain't fucking around with nobody like that.
I don't know. You don't know where he's been.
That's right, you don't know who
Veronica, you need to chill. You know, that's a bunch of crap that you're talking about. You know,
Yo,
that don't
that's
make no kind of sense.
intelligent.
No, it's not no kind of television. You watching too much 2020, and you reading too much Inquirer. Yeah, you can't be afraid of everything. But you know what I found out?
What?
If you fucking while you got your period, you don't get pregnant, girlfriend.
Damn, the damn shit, I'm eating. Why don't you just have him pull out when you come?
Wait. Better yet. If you do it while you're standing up, you won't get pregnant.
Ew.
It worked.
Wait, no. Take a bottle of soda, and you shake it up, and you shoot it up your pussy. Then you won't get pregnant.
That shit was burn,
Yo, you're so
word.
nasty.
And we're back. Now we're going to move to our final card, the Knight of Swords. Okay. Now, the Knight of Swords, whereas the page was all about innocence and all of that, the Knight of Swords is innocence, of course, but it's more of throwing caution to the wind. The Knight of Swords is about throwing caution to the wind, just like not, no fucks are given. I'm not giving a damn. I'm just going to do me and nothing else. And that can cause discord on some level. And on another, that can be a great thing because it can allow you to grow. It can allow you to challenge yourself. So if you get this card in an upright position, it's all about challenges. It's all about just going with it. The two sides of your mind come together and you're like, you know what? Let's just do it. Fuck what everybody else got to say. Let's just do our damn thing. And that's what it's about. So, the Knight of Swords is actually a great card to have because it just means that you really know what you want. You really know where you want to go. Because as I said before, this is dealing with the elements of air, which deals with travel, communication, risk-taking, just growth in the sense of the mind. And, that indicates a lot of different things, as we, trek through life. So if you get this card in reverse, it could mean that, okay, yeah, you had this, zero fucks given, devil may care, caution to the wind attitude. That's a good thing, but it also can cause destruction to you and to those around you. It's like someone who is kind of like a daredevil in a sense. They just don't care, and they don't think about how it affects not only them, but other people around them. So in this case, it's all about the things you say and things you do, your actions, your words and your actions, and how it may affect you and other people. So in other words, take heart, be careful. Don't just rush into it. Think about it before you do it. But when you don't, it can kind of like pull the rug out from under you if you're not careful. Now, that leads me to our final clip, our final real life situation clip, which is brought to us once again by the nighttime soap Dynasty, featuring Joan Collins and actress Stephanie Beacham as Sable and Alexis Colby. Now, in this clip, it's all about how Sable basically takes a hotel away from Alexis, and how it kind of rips the rug out from under her. because she doesn't know what's going on. She doesn't know what she's in for. So it does cause some discord. And I thought it was a perfect way of summing up the Knight of Swords in a real life situation. So, here we go. The Knight of Swords, as played by Joan Collins and Stephanie Beacham in Dynasty. Take a look.
What is going on here?
Redecorating, man.
Well, I didn't order any redecoration. Would you please stop it?
I've got a crew here.
I don't care what you've got. I am ordering you to stop.
Sorry, ma'am. I'd like to oblige
Will
you.
you stop that hammering? It's giving me a headache. Do you know who I am?
Listen, lady.
No, you listen to me. I am the owner of this hotel.
Previous owner, darling.
What are you doing here?
Redecorating this hotel I've just bought.
You bought?
Excuse us, please.
Take 5, guys.
Yes. Didn't your friend Dexter tell you?
I sold this hotel to Pavilion Resorts.
Mm-hmm. I own Pavilion Resorts, so now I own the Carlton.
Really? Well, you may have bought more than you bargained for. Why did you buy my hotel?
But that's what Pavilion Resorts does, darling. It acquires run-down properties that have been poorly maintained, like yourself.
Funny. Your husband, the one who dumped you for your younger sister, didn't find me poorly maintained. But that's what this little vendetta is all about, isn't it? First LA, now here. After all these years, I think you still bear a grudge against me.
Really?
Yes, really. Over my relationship with Jason. But it's all so ridiculous because it really didn't mean anything, especially to me.
Don't flatter yourself. You never had a relationship with Jason.
Actually, you're right. That's true. It was more like a fling. But it was terribly romantic, and he was mad about me. Remember?
Alexis, consider this official notice. I want you out of here in 30 days.
On whose orders?
On court orders, if I have to.
And if I have to, I'll nullify the sale. I won't be kicked out of my own home.
Kicked out or thrown out, the choice is yours. I really don't care how you go, but you will go.
You are so amazingly vindictive. Did you really buy this entire hotel just to evict me?
Of course not, darling. Getting rid of you is just part of the upgrading process. Now, if you don't mind, my men wish to get back to their work.
I'll help them.
Oh, please.
I haven't finished with you, cousin. Not by a long shot.
Oh, you're finished, all right. You just don't know it yet.
Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you loved it. I enjoyed making it. It was a lot of fun. I had to do a lot of research because, as I've said in previous videos, I am by no means an expert. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And let me know. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments. Leave your suggestions. Rate it for me if you'd like. Also, let me know if you want me to do the number cards. Because the next video I'm going to do Tarot Tuesday. So every Tuesday, look for a new video from me regarding tarot. And the next topic will be the Suit of Cups. So look out for that. But let me know if you want me to do the numbered cards. Because with every suit, there's number cards as well. So thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Alright, covers, be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thanks for watching.